two undefeated fighters with world title.
Sorry that I have to censor some of this, just because Top Rank been getting a little triggered, and especially since they put this on ESPN Plus, these press events, I can't stream them. So I'm going to show you what I can. We're going to talk about it. This is live, real time on ESPN Plus. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com.
It's come with Shakur Stevenson, and deservedly so. Tremendous amateur career, Olympic gold medalist, all these accolades in the amateurs, and he's been pretty much flawless in the pro ranks. You've come up a little bit different route. You've got twice as many fights as he does. Would you say you've had the harder road, and how is that going to manifest itself on Saturday night?
Yeah, I most definitely had the harder road. Like you said, Olympic silver medalist. He got the fast track. Obviously, he got there in 2 years. It took me 7 years. I've been pro since since 2012. So I had the longer road. I have the more experience. I'm older. I'm more mature, and I think that's going to help me out come Saturday night.
Now, you mentioned the maturity aspect of it. How will that help you in the ring? You said you've got twice the fights. Do you think that he's gone through that fire quite yet in the ring, and how do you plan on putting him through the fire?
I don't think so. Not in the pro level, not in the amateur level. I think his biggest test right now as a pro and as an amateur, his biggest fight of his life is obviously for a world title, and he's gonna have to do some crazy thing to beat me, because I'm not leaving Saturday without that belt.
We talked about it off. We talked about it off camera here. We were talking about how you're preparing, and we compared it to, I compared it to when one is preparing for an exam. And you know all the answers, you've studied as much as you can, but the exam is still a couple of days away. What's going through your mind right now when we're 2 days away from the world title bout, the thing that every fighter covets and fights for? And you're ready to go, and you still have to wait another 48 hours.
Oh, just anxious, because all the hard work, it's already been done. Now we're just counting down the days, letting the days go by. Tomorrow will be weigh-ins, and Saturday will be fight time.
Now, Shakur, I heard you giggling over my right shoulder here when he was saying that he had all the answers, he was ready to go.
I wasn't giggling like that.
Okay. What did you find humorous about that?
I didn't find nothing humorous about that. I was laughing at them getting loud at what he said.
Which was what?
I don't know what he said. I ain't really pay him any mind.
As we mentioned before, you come with a lot of hype. I was watching an interview this morning. Bob Arum from Top Rank was comparing you to guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. He talked about how they were on the fast track. It took them 3 years. You're about 2.5 years into your pro career, and you're fighting for your world title. What does that mean to you to hear that from someone with decades and decades of experience in professional boxing?
I mean, that means everything to me, and I feel like that's the harder route. I feel like you can say whatever you want. I feel like going pro and fighting a bunch of bums early in your career, I feel like that's the easy route. I feel like I went to the Olympics and I fought the higher level of competition, and that's the reason why I am who I am today.
How do you respond to that? He says that your opponents have been nothing but bums.
That's fine. Show up Saturday night and do your talking in the ring.
Yeah, and I also think that in 2012 when he was fighting them bums, I was a freshman in high school at that time, bro. Like, I was a freshman in high school, bro. So I understand why you mad at me, bro. It's all good.
Ain't nobody mad at you.
Whatever you say.
Ain't nobody mad at you. Just show up Saturday and come to fight.
For sure, I'll see you there.
You've got a guy, he has twice the fights that you do, basically the same number of knockouts as you do pro fights. How do you think it's dangerous to dismiss someone like that? I mean, obviously he's here for a reason.
I'm not sleeping on him. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I always said Joet was good. Go look at my tweets from 2-3 months ago. I said he was a good fighter. He was the one who got up there and said Shakur is overrated.
I remember that.
Like, I stopped him. So
I covered those fights.
Put up everything he said.
Don't be bad about it. It's just an opinion, man. People asking me questions, I gotta answer it.
I don't care. I'm just telling
you.
you.
So I can't say my opinion.
You can say whatever you want, brother.
Then why you mad?
I'm not mad. Just do what you said you were gonna do, brother.
All right, for sure. Show up.
All right, cool. All good.
Now I was speaking with people earlier who talked about a sparring session a few years back.
Right before my pro debut. Actually, 3 days before my pro debut. He could speak on it.
Yeah, he came.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, just try to kiss my ass, try to get some work, and that's it.
That was whack, and y'all laughing at that lame ass shit.
I wasn't looking for sparring.
That shit was
I
lame
wasn't
as
looking for
hell.
sparring. I wasn't looking for sparring.
Okay, I came there to spar you. I told you I feel you a good fighter, bro. I don't knock you. Like, I came there for work. And I actually came there to spar you. I ended up sparring your brother first. Let that be known.
Yeah, because that's what your grandpa wanted.
No, I
that's
asked
what your
to
team
spar
wanted, right?
specifically you. I came there for you.
Well, all right.
Your father threw him in the ring, brother. Come on.
We'll see what happens Saturday night.
Okay, good luck, bro.
What is your recollection of that sparring session? How did it go?
Ain't shit happen. I got the video on my phone. Ain't shit happen. He ain't do shit. I ain't do shit. Ain't shit happen. We gonna see. Okay, bro. You got a Gonzalez shirt on. Shut up.
And what's your recollection of the sparring session?
He knows what happens. He knows what happened.
Okay, cool. We gonna see
sparred.
if what you say gonna happen Saturday. We gonna see.
Okay, for sure.
Okay.
You mentioned it was 3 days before your pro debut. How are you different now? Obviously, you got a lot more experience. You're a seasoned veteran at this point. What is the Shakur Stevenson that he saw that night in the gym compared to the Shakur Stevenson who's been under the bright lights? You've had main events. You've got all this hype behind you, all this media following. How are you different now? Tell him.
I think that I'm telling y'all. I ain't telling him nothing. He gonna see. But I think that I'm a way developed fighter now. Like, I feel like I fought just as good as competition he fought, and I ain't really fight nobody yet. Like, he fought nobody, I fought nobody. We both had one big test. He fought Rafael Rivera, I fought Chris Diaz. I blew my test away. He had a split decision with his test.
Very true. We're going to talk about it all. This is all live,
Now,
real
from
time.
your recollection, the Shakur
It says
Stevenson,
a lot.
the Shakur Stevenson you see now, how does he differ from the one you saw in the ring that night in the gym?
It's different. Obviously, he has to improve. I mean, you improve as the years go by, but the same with me. We both improved, but I just think I'm still better than him, and I'm gonna show that Saturday.
Now, this fight has a ton of elements that we can go into. You know, there have been personal attacks. There have been, we're talking about people's sisters, for God's sakes. You know.
That's what y'all are talking about. I ain't talking about none of that.
How is that gonna? How do you take that? How do you leave that outside of the ring come Saturday night?
First off, I'm not really speaking on that. I'm not putting her into this. This has nothing to do with her. This got stuff to do with me and him, and we gonna be fighting, and we fighting for a world title. That's the main subject of this whole thing.
Let me turn to you, Joet. Obviously, we've seen some heated exchanges in some of the previous press conferences. How does that manifest itself in the ring on Saturday night on your aspect of it? Do you leave it out? Does it motivate you? Does it fuel you?
It fuels me because I was never the one to put this out there. The media, the public, they found out because of him, just running his mouth. And now, when they ask him about it, he don't want to talk about it. So it's personal. It's personal, just the things he's done, the things he said, and he'll pay for that on Saturday night.
Bring that energy, bro.
I've had this energy.
Okay, bring it.
Okay, Saturday night, it's the main event, your first world title bout. As we mentioned, someone's taking home the belt, someone's taking home an L Saturday night.
The blood is
How do you
back.
stop that from happening? How do you make it to where you're the guy with the belt out of the ring?
I just do what I've been doing. I'm a great fighter. I'm a real smart fighter. It's personal for him. I'm not going in the ring with it's personal mindset. I'm going in the ring to win a world title. So that's what I'm gonna do to win this world title.
Okay, the people are watching on ESPN.
Don't say nothing.
The people are watching on ESPN+.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish.
Blah.
I'll talk right now.
Blah.
Give us one last final words as to why they should tune in to watch Shakur Stevenson. The Shakur Stevenson Show, as they call it.
Oh yeah, most
on
definitely.
ESPN+.
Y'all know what y'all here for. Y'all came here for Shakur, but tune in. First off, nobody even know who Joet is. Why y'all talking? Shut up.
You know who I am.
Shut up.
You know who I am.
You a fan.
Everybody on the stage knows who I am.
I'll clap with you. The fuck?
Everybody on the stage knows
like
who
I
I am.
Like I said, tune in. October 26th is gonna be a hell of a show. He coming, we bring whatever he gonna bring. I'm on top of my game. We got Josh Gary, we got Michaela Mayer, the young champion. We got Jared and Xander, everybody. So we working. Let's get it.
I'll give you the same opportunity, Joet. You're looking at our audience on ESPN+. Why tune in? Why do you have a chance to defeat the blue chip, the Olympian, the all-world, all-prospect Shakur Stevenson on Saturday night?
Because it's a good fight. It's a good fight. We're obviously both going for our first world title. A lot of talent on the stage.
Took you long
And
enough.
because it's personal, because like he says, it's not personal for him, but he was the first one
Took
to
you
say
long
it.
enough.
The last press conference said it was personal, so he made it obvious. So just tune in, and I'm gonna beat that ass Saturday night.
Well, without a doubt, one thing I can agree upon, there is a lot of talent on this stage, and you get to see it showcase this upcoming Saturday night. As we mentioned, if you don't have your tickets quite yet, the Atlantis Casino Resort box office, as well as Ticketmaster.com. We are live on ESPN. First fight is at 3:30 on ESPN Plus. 7 p.m. we go on TV with our co-feature. We've got Greer and Nieves. We got Michaela Mayer making her third defense, and of course, the one everybody's waiting for. No more talk, no more tweets. They're gonna have to go at it face to face at 8 p.m. It is the WBO featherweight title. 2 undefeated fighters. One takes home a belt. One takes home a big old L on the record. Will it be Gonzalez? Will it be Shakur Stevenson? Make sure you tune in on Saturday night.
I like this
It is
card. We're gonna
Top
talk about
Rank
it.
on ESPN. A round of applause for everyone up here on the stage. And we thank you very much for tuning in.
Let's hope we get that face off and they don't cut it all off. There we go. Get that face off going. Ah, damn it! They got a bad habit in doing that, man. They streams be janky as fuck, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it.
All the answers you've studied as much.
Like, how don't you show the face off? Well, anyway, listen to this shit right here. I apologize for the robotic voice, but this is a snippet from Mark Kriegel's articles. Mark Kriegel wrote this, right? Remember, he does the segments for ESPN boxing. You know, he loves to say lineal and do lineal segments and shit. But anyway, listen to this part right here, and we're going to talk about it just a little. Let's see, why can't we gossip a little bit? Shakur Stevenson, from what I've been reading, is in a serious, significant relationship with Joet Gonzalez's brother. I mean, sister. And it's apparently like a big thing. You know, and Jose Contreras, is this dude's name? You see how he tried to fucking, you know, on that card, they probably told him, yo, ask about the sister, start some shit up. But I'm sure Shakur Stevenson and the sister, you know, who's also a fighter, who had to enlist in the military, crazy backstory. I'm going to put the link to this article right down below. It's on ESPN.com in the boxing section. But anyway, listen to this, a little snippet. But yeah, man, crazy, man.
Maybe she was afraid to get me mad, but she lied to me. Well, the coming months saw Jose Gonzalez make his own uneasy peace with his daughter and her boyfriend. Joet's position never budged. I never liked him since the amateurs, he says, enumerating the ways of his dislike. Fake-ass handshake. Loud, obnoxious, disrespectful. The way he dresses, half his ass showing. That ain't no style. I mean, you think that looks cute. Come on, man, pick up your pants. To Shakur, Joet was a hater, jealous of his talent and the hype he received as an Olympic silver medalist. Still, on the eve of his pro debut, the week he took a cortisone shot in his left hand, he asked Jara to reach out to her family and arrange sparring with Joet and his brother Juice, then an undefeated lightweight in California. I already knew they didn't like me, recalls Shakur. So I'm like, okay, I'll go over there and spar these dudes. I'm coming to your territory and getting in the ring with you. In my head, like, they were going to respect me more. There are several versions as to how that session went. If they told me to choose the title or my family, I will choose my family. What's the point to have a title if you don't have no family? Jose Gonzalez. I sparred him with, like, one hand, recalls Shakur. Joet was in there trying as hard as he could and still couldn't do nothing.
Alright, that's probably a little annoying, honest, but I didn't want to read all that shit. Alright? So basically, you know, they've been dealing with each other for some time, and their father, Jose Gonzalez, the father of, I forgot how to pronounce her name, Jara Gonzalez, Joet Gonzalez's sister, had made peace with, like, Shakur Stevenson, like, all right, you gonna be dating my sister, my daughter, man? All right, listen, like, y'all gonna have to fight one day. But anyway, Joet Gonzalez is like, no, I'm not cool with that shit. And that was a sparring session, And basically, we don't know what happened in that sparring, but it sounds like Shakur the one is making the excuses. Now, I'm just starting some shit. Now, in my opinion, I've been covering these guys 12-0 with 7 KOs. He is right, like he said in a press conference. His most significant fight is Christopher Diaz, and he did cruise passing. And that was a very dangerous fight for him. Andre Ward, his manager, one of his co-managers, along with Jay Print, they was bitching. Well, I know Andre Ward was. He was bitching. You know. So, Joet Gonzalez's most significant fight was Rafael Rivera that was last year. Tripping. And he did go a split decision. He is 26 years old, 23-0 with 14 KOs. They're 4 years apart, being Shakur Stevenson is 22. This is going to be for the WBO title at 126 pounds. The winner wants Josh Warrington, but Josh Warrington don't really want that smoke, you know? And we could see the winner get Mick Conlan. Mick Conlan's got a big fight coming up, a huge fight. I forgot who he's fighting, but I know it's a big fight. Who's he fighting again on Crawford card? Damn, I forgot who he's fighting. Hold on, let me see. Who you fighting again, man? I done forgot. Oh, the rematch. Vacated. I like that Crawford card, but anyway, going back. So the 126-pound division right now has Gary Russell. Leo Santa Cruz has moved up, so I have to take that away. Conju should be elevated, but you never know with the WBA. And then, of course, you got Josh Warrington. Gary Russell was just ordered by the WBC to fight his mandatory tug, Naam Bayar. Fucking disgusting. So basically, there's some good talent in the top heavy 126-pound division. But also, you have Shakur Stevenson talking about moving up, too. By the way, on undercard, you're going to have Michaela Mayer taking on who? She fought her. Didn't I cover this? I thought I covered this girl before. Not her. I covered this girl fight somebody. Well, anyway. No, I haven't. Well, she fighting her. It's like she took a selfie in her Honda Accord. There wasn't, was that racially insensitive? Ooh. Oh, no, she's Argentine. What else? Joshua Gray, Antonio Nieves. I covered Nieves versus Inoue. Covered him. Nice test for him. Joshua Gray hasn't been looking too good his last couple of fights. Before the knockout, he needed that, right? And wasn't that kind of controversial? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm going to be covering all 3 fights on this card because so far, Saturday night is Saturday in general is just busy. You know, Shakur Stevenson, Joshua Gray versus Antonio Nieves, may get Michaela Mayer, covering, those. Covering Riga's Prograde, Josh Taylor, Derek Chisora versus David Price, Ricky Burns, Lee Selby, Lawrence Okali versus Ngagbu, Conor Ben. These are fights I'm covering on Saturday. Erison Lubin versus Nathaniel Gallimore. This is an eliminated WBC mandatory for the winner of a Jamel Charlo versus Tony Harrison 2. Robert Easter versus Adrian Granado. So even though they're not super A-class fights, they're significant fights for hardcore boxing fans. I'm going to be busy as shit. So yeah, it's officially boxing season. I'm back. For those who know and been following me for a while, you know how once boxing season starts or an official boxing season, I'll start pumping out more and more and more videos as I'm revving up. And then by time next week Canelo versus Kovalev comes around, and then Wilder versus Ortiz, we in the shits. Please subscribe on TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. I'm going to be here post-fight for all of these fights and likely a post-fight stream to recap everything. Please subscribe.
Be your ideal situation when you're facing an opponent.
I like having.
You got a Gonzalez shirt on. Shut up.
And what's your recollection of the sparring session?
He knows what happens. He knows what happened.
Okay, cool. We're going to see
sparred.
if what you say gonna happen Saturday. We're going to see.
Okay, for sure.
Okay.